So I thought Twist of Fate was a really good um, portrayal of the, I guess, kind of interview aspect of the events that happened in the Spanish Civil War. And I thought that the illustrations were great. I personally like comic books, and I'm a journalism major, so I thought this was actually really entertaining. When I first started reading it, I didn't expect it to be a kind of a back and forth between the interview process and the graphic novel. So I thought that was really cool. And I've learned a lot from reading the graphic novel, and I think it's written in a way that it's very easy to just flip through pages, like, because you go through, you read everything and you look at everything pretty fast, so you don't realize how quickly you're going through it. I think that one of the most eye-catching things for me was how, even though the anti-fascist movement and resistance were, pro equality, and but whenever it came to having the African men who were interned at those African camps who wanted to fight against the fascist Spaniards, it was pretty much like, no, they can't do that. So I thought that was pretty hypocritical. Whenever it came down to the character having to choose between having a leadership position and letting the Black Resistance, allowing them to fight, he chose his leadership position. So I thought that was just kind of a good eye opener as to how the anti-fascist movement views were. So and I also thought that at the very beginning of the book, whenever it shows the woman with her mother on the ship, and a few panels later it shows that her father had killed himself on the pier because he was not going to subject himself to fascist rule. I thought that was very strong, and I thought that it was pretty well expressed, very well documented, and shows a lot of emotion about how bad the fascist movement was, and how there was people who were absolutely not going to put themselves through it. So overall, I thought that the novel was very great. I thought the illustrations were awesome, and I thought that as a journalist, through that perspective, I thought that was very touching and very educating. So, yeah.